guys, I'm Mcslots here, and we're reviewing the Ninco 1 Chevrolet Corvette. Now again, this car was released in 2012, like the Lamborghini Diablo, you may have seen the review. And again, it's from the Ninco 1 range, so the features are that it has no lights in it, it's hollowed out, no cockpit design or interior, 16,000 rev inline with a 9:27 gear ratio, and the retail price was $36.99. So this car is aimed at the domestic range of racing, where anyone who buys a track or has a set, builds it in their their house or live bedroom, and they race it there. So it's not really a club car, but Ninco do specific to club racing and tuning cars. So there'll be plenty of those. If you are into that kind of thing, you can check that out. And again, this car is a very nice looking car, and it's very light as well. It's much lighter than its other counterparts in the slot market, like the SCXs and the Scalextric ones. The car again is very well done, despite the fact that it's meant to be from a budget range, and this Corvette has a lot less damage on it than it does to say some of the other cars that were in the range. I know for the Diablo had very loose wing mirrors on it, but this one, it's got a bit harder wing mirrors, and they look like when they break, they'll come out complete, if you know what I mean, where it kind of looks a bit more solid and a bit more sturdy. Now this colour scheme is a personal favourite of mine. Out of all the Corvettes I've seen Ninco do, this one is a very nice one. Again, the only thing I would change on these Ninco 1 cars is the glass and the canopy, the cockpit, whatever you want to call it, is that it's a bit too see-through, and in the right light you can see straight through it and you can see the motors and all sorts. So, bit of a problem there, but nothing too major, not the end of the world. And hey, at the end of the day, it's a budget range as well. So this car, again, $36.99 on offer, but I think they went down in price in 2013 to about £35. So the price went down for a little bit, but still you can get it at Mcslots for $15.99 if you order from eBay, or if you stick around, you can listen for a promo code, and you can get it for a little bit less and free delivery if you're in the UK. So the box, I have to say again, the box is a bit funny. I don't really like these boxes, but that's how you distinguish a Ninco 1 car in the shop, if you ever do see one in the shop. Again, it is an official product, GM licensed product as well, so you know you're paying good money for, well, you're paying your money and you're getting a licensed product. It's not sort of been made unlicensed. Another sort of nice feature about these Ninco cars is that looks like a proper wing mirror, if you know what I mean, and it's got like the sort of greyish foil colour. It's not actually it's slightly reflective, but it's not a proper rim mirror. But it is a very good effort considering how small that is and how fiddly that would be to actually make. So I quite like that. That's a good feature of these Ninco cars. Just shows you that even though it's a Ninco domestic budget range, as it were, it is still good quality stuff, and they've put a lot of effort into these cars. So we're going to test this car on the track, and hopefully it will be as good as it looks, because it is a very gorgeous looking car, and we'll just see how it goes from there. So this is the same track that we tested the Diablo on. Again, another really loud car, but it seems to be a bit of a feature of the Nincos, and the 16,000 rev motor. Again, you wouldn't be able to tell much of a difference in a race, but compared to its Scalextric's counterpart, this one handles so much better and is so much more fun to drive, a lot easier to drive as well, except for the fact that I've just kicked it out there. It must be a Corvette problem. They just never seem to be as good as it. But again, you can sand the tyres on these cars to improve the grip. Apart from that, it handles very well. And this isn't pushing it. You need a bigger track to really push these Ninco cars, really stretch out that 16,000 rev motor. because it's got so much more potential than if it's on a slightly larger track. And at the end of the day, it's only 2,000 less than a Scalextric car, but it probably would mean that it's less prone to overheating. The fact that the car is a lot lighter as well makes the 16 pounds in rev motor have to do less work, and that means that it's not going to be pushed and it's not going to overheat as much as some of the other slot cars that are on the market. So that was the review, and I think that was a very good car, and I think it's better than the Corvette Scalextric version of the Corvette. I think it just handles better, and it is on a par with all the other Ninco 1 cars in the range. So just in case I didn't do it, product code for this one is 55046. And if you want this car at £15, please email Mcslots direct at mcslots@hotmail.co.uk and say you want the Corvette. Quote DMSR2 for this car, and then if you're outside the UK, please tell him straight away, because then he'll be able to get you a quote of how much it will cost to send it. But if you are in the UK, it is free. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.